Good morning, everyone. So finally, the tempest has come, isn't it? And you have to face that. So the thing is that we are going to start our drama class today, and as you know, your portions are divided. Three teachers will be dealing with this. I shall be dealing with your drama portion. Now, today I shall not be starting this one. Actually, we as you know, in your pre-half yearly syllabus, you are having your Act 1, Scene 1. But we shall not be starting, or we shall not be starting the text today. Only we shall be having the necessary introduction. That means what we are going to have today. Just let me show you. We are going to have the necessary introduction to this drama. Also, we shall be talking about the themes. Also, I shall tell you about the appropriateness of the title, about the plots, the characters which are there in this drama, and in a very nutshell, the short summary of this drama. So, the Tempest, okay? The tempest, as you know, it means a heavy storm. So it's not actually when we talk about the Shakespearean drama, as you are already acquainted with all these things because you have read a Shakespearean drama in your ICSE level, which was Merchant of Venice. Now here, this one, the Tempest, when you are going to read, this is a bit complicated and it deals with bit complicated themes. What are those? The first one is that tempest is not the tempest of nature. It also shows us the tempest which is going on inside our psyche. That means the tempest is not an external tempest, also it is an inner tempest. So that will be found out throughout the analysis of the characters and when we shall be dealing with this complex theme. Then comes the themes, other themes which are there, that is the theme of, you can say the theme of the contest of power. You will be finding here the characters, all of them almost are very much, you can say are very much greedy, are very much kind of anxious, or you can say kind of all of them are very much eager to have that power. The power that was snatched away from Prospero by his brother Antonio. Here we shall be again finding that Sebastian, who is the brother of Alonso, he is also wanting that, he is also dreaming of power. Here another one you will be finding that who is the butler of them, Stefano. Stefano also is also wanting that he will also be the king of the island. So this way we shall be finding that everybody here is very much greedy of power. Almost everybody is thinking of how to snatch the power out of somebody's hand and have to grab it. So this is one theme. Then another theme which will come here is parallelism. Parallelism theme I am going to explain. So here you will be finding parallelism theme. Here we will be finding that here the character like Prospero and Antonio. Here you will be finding Prospero was a man who was kind of very much passionate about his magics and about his philosophy and his reading the books related to those. But while he was doing all these things, he could not notice that his brother Antonio was having a very deliberate plan to be executed against him, and that was to snatch away his dukedom from him. So that was taken, the dukedom was taken, and then he and his daughter, they were left to death. That means what? They were kind of set in the sea. They were in a boat, and there was somebody whose name was Gonzalo. Gonzalo was someone that he's kind of a very sympathetic, very kind of a kind-hearted person. He was a nobleman. So he thought that and it was because of him that he means Prospero and Miranda, both of them could escape, and they kind of found an island and they started to reside there. They started to live there. Now the thing is that on that boat was filled with all sort of books that Prospero loved. That was arranged by Gonzalo. Now, parallelism, I was telling, no, what is parallelism and why does it come here? Parallelism is a theme where you will be finding that what treachery Antonio has done to his brother Prospero, he was kind of giving the same kind of a plan to Sebastian. Sebastian is the brother of Alonso, and Alonso, as you know, is the king of Naples. Now, Alonso he also was someone in that plan. He was also kind of an executor in that plan of snatching the dukedom of Prospero. Now, the same kind of a plan is being told to Sebastian by our Antonio. Now, why he is saying so? Because he has done this kind of a treachery with his brother, and he wants that Sebastian also should do kind of that same kind of a treachery with his brother Alonso, so that there is a parallel theme. You can say that both the brothers are trying to snatch away the powers from their brother's hand. Okay, now what I was telling, that in the introduction part, that this play actually was written towards the very end of Shakespearean career. Means Shakespeare, as you know, he lived up to, he died in the year of 1616, and he wrote this one, and it was performed also in the year of 1611, the Tempest. So as you know, just 5 years back his death, 5 years before his death. So in this time, basically he was not writing about any sort of tragedy, rather he was writing about romances. What are these? Here you will be finding the theme of love, which is a very predominant theme here. Now here you will be finding that there is no bloodshed. Like it is believed, when Shakespeare is writing his tragedies like Macbeth and say of King Lear, Othello, Hamlet, so when he is writing all these, no, he was a believer in the Senecan theory. What is a Senecan theory? Senecan theory actually is a theory where Seneca was a great dramatist, and it was believed that according to Seneca, that when you are writing a tragedy, in order to create that kind of a gloomy effect, that kind of a serious effect among your readers or among those audience, then you have to show something that will be very much horrifying. You have to show the bloodshed. You have seen in Macbeth, if you read, you will be finding that when Lady Macbeth is means having a sleepwalking scene, and before that when Macbeth's hand, those are stained with blood, so he is saying that no perfume of Arabia will be able to wipe that out. So here you can see that those bloodsheds, those killing of Duncan, and again in Othello, so everywhere you will be finding there it has been shown that the bloodshed or the murder that is happening in front of the audience, so that the audience will have that kind of a horrifying effect, that kind of a horrifying sensation, that they will find that yes, that is a Senecan tragedy. But this one, when he is writing Tempest, there is no bloodshed you will be finding, there is no kind of murder you will be finding, only there is a contest, or you can say there is a conquest of power, and there is a theme of love which comes or which gets fructified when Miranda and Fardinand, both of them are tied up in a knot of love. So there you will be finding, knot means K-N-O-T, or in a tie of love, or you can say in a relationship of love. So and here you will be finding, this is another subplot, but the basic or the main plot of this drama is that the conquest of power. So once the power was snatched from Prospero's hand, and how he restored this one, the whole drama actually revolved around this. Now then comes the title. Okay, I was telling that these few things I shall be telling you today. Now comes the title. Now title here, it has been given the Tempest. Now you will be finding, when Shakespeare is naming his tragedies, he is naming them basically behind, or you can say after the name of his protagonist or the tragic heroes. You will be finding Macbeth is the hero of Macbeth, and against after his name only it has been named. Or you can say when you are reading Othello, it has the main protagonist is Othello. So then when he comes to his comedies, or you can say when he comes to these kind of romances, then he is naming them, or he is titling them in a very poetic way. Like you have seen in if you have read, you can know that As You Like It and all those kind of things which are written, and here these the names are the very much poetic names he is giving. The same thing comes here, he is naming it the Tempest. Why? Because it was there in the very opening scene, which is set here. In the very opening scene will set how the journey of the drama will be. Now here you will be finding that a ship is getting drowned, or you can say the shipwrecking will happen here in the very first scene, and that one will set the entire plot of the story, or you can say that one will set that whatever are coming to happen in the story. Now that will happen, the Tempest will come, which will be created by Prospero with the help of Ariel. Now then you will find that after that only the characters who are there, they are almost separated from each other. They are almost separated from each other. Now when again you will be finding re-examination of actions and relationships. Re-examination of actions and relationships. What is this? This one is actually when these characters are getting separated from each other. The characters which or the characters who were there, the persons who were there in the ship, when they will be separated from each other, you will be finding that the plot of the story, or the in a nutshell, if you read the story, you will be finding that there was a marriage ceremony of Alonso's daughter. Alonso's daughter was Claribel, or you can say Claribel was Fardinand's sister also. So when they were coming back, in that ship, there was there were Alonso, the king of Naples, his brother Sebastian, there was Ferdinand, his son, Alonso's son, and there was Antonio. Antonio, you know, he is Prospero's brother, and there was Gonzalo. He was a nobleman. He was kind of holding the post of barons, you can say. So there was Gonzalo, and there was there was those the butler Stefano, and there was Trinculo, who was the jest, you can say, or the fool, F-O-O-L. Now this fool is again a very complicated theme, or a very interesting thing also in Shakespeare's drama. You have seen, if you have read in As You Like It, there is Touchstone, who is believed to be the greatest philosopher which has been created by Shakespeare, the character, philosophical character created by Shakespeare. Here the character Trinculo is not that kind of a character. He is not that kind of witty, or all those things are not shown here. And there is another then the characters, these characters were there in that ship, and when that shipwrecking happened, after that all these characters, they were kind of scattered everywhere. They were separated from each other. Then when they got separated, then only Shakespeare is trying to find out their evil intention, or whatever is there inside their psyche, whatever wishes they are cherishing inside their psyche, that will be found out when they will get separated. Now then this one is one, and then we have done this. Okay, romantic love affair of Miranda and Ferdinand, another theme of this. So here you will be finding that Miranda is someone, she is a girl, she is the daughter of Prospero. She is someone that who has not seen a man apart from Prospero, and also there is someone whose name is the greatest, or you can say who was kind of Sycorax's son. So Caliban. So Caliban is actually, you will be finding, he is not a kind of a man, you can say. He is a kind of a bestial creature, you can say. So he is a kind of you can say as an anagrammic expression. Anagram, you know, when the letters are, a few letters are arranged and a new word is created from another word. So it's believed that he is an anagrammic expression of cannibal. Cannibal, you know, is man-eater, who a person who eats the flesh of another man or human being. We call them cannibal. Now, it is believed that Caliban is some such kind of a person. So Miranda, throughout her life, up to means when she is grown up, till now she has not seen a single man apart from Prospero, who is her brother, who is her father, and she has not seen somebody else apart from this bestial creature who is Caliban. Now, when she sees Fardinand for the first time, this girl is in love with him, and there will continue their love affair. Okay. Now, these are the few themes that you are having, and then comes what I was telling. Yes, we have not completed that title part also. Yes. So then the title, when the title is given, that the title is the Tempest. Why? Some people may say that here Tempest doesn't have any kind of an you can say here Tempest doesn't have this kind of nothing of this kind. Rather, you can call that this is kind of we can say that the aftermath of the tempest, because whatever happened, it happened after the tempest was over, means after the shipwrecking only it happened. But then it would have been a prosaic one, and as I have said you, Shakespeare wanted to keep it the title of his comedies and basically of his these romances, so he wanted to keep it very much poetic. So that's why it has been named the Tempest, and all the action will be revolving after the shipwrecking incident. Whatever the shipwrecking means, the aftermath of the shipwrecking incident only will be there. Now the theme is that the thing is that the characters which are there. The characters which are there is that the very first one is Prospero. Now, who is Prospero? He was the Duke of Milan. He was the Duke of Milan, and it was because of the conspiracy made by his brother Antonio, that he was usurped from the Milan, and he was sent. He was left to death, and his brother wished that both Prospero and his daughter Miranda, they will die someday. They will be left in the mid sea or in the water. So in a boat someday they will die. But it was the grace, or you can say it was the help of Gonzalo, that they were almost saved, and he provided him all the kind of his books that he was interested in. Those books were provided, and he was kind of all the foods and everything, the boats was stored with all these things. Okay. So Prospero, then he is a magician, and there is a kind of the critical analysis, the theory. We shall not be delving deep into it though. So it is believed that to some extent, Prospero is the very manifestation, is the very mouthpiece, or you can say is the very replica of a character that Shakespeare himself wanted to be. It is believed that the Prospero's character is the character through which Shakespeare is kind of fulfilling all his inner wishes. All his wishes he is fulfilling with this character. So this magician is none other than the mouthpiece of Shakespeare, or you can say that through his character he wanted to fulfill whatever wishes he had. Now he was a magician, he was a passionate magician. When he will be coming to that island, he will be the ruler of the island. He will be killing Sycorax, who was a witch or a sorceress you can say, and her son Caliban will be captured by Prospero. Now Caliban is a bestial creature, and he will be doing kind of works for those toiling works and the hard labors. All those works, he whatever works he will suggest him, so he will do those. Now here comes another character which is very important character here, is Ariel's character. So Ariel was also captivated, or you can say captured, by Sycorax, and it was Prospero who freed him, who made him free. So after that, Ariel was kind of a slave to him, kind of a servant to him, and he was an airy spirit, and with the help of him only Prospero did all these sort of miracles, all these sort of supernatural things. Whatever he did with the help of him. Okay. Then comes Miranda. Miranda is Prospero's daughter, and she is the girl who has not seen any man in that island since she was a very little one when they went to that island, and when she grew up she has only seen her father and also that Caliban. Now then what you will find that when she saw Fardinand for the first time, she was in love with him, and love at first sight happened. So their love story will be another theme of this, another plot, you can say, another plot of this story of this drama. Then comes Caliban. Caliban is the son of the witch Sycorax, and his outward appearance, he has some resemblance to a fish, and he is half monster and half human. So he is not, as I have said, no, he is a bestial kind of a creature. He is not a complete human being, and he is an evil nature. He is engaged in wicked projects and uses abusive languages. He is regarded as an unconscious anticipation of evolutionary missing link. What is that? Missing link, means those creatures which are extinct. So he is kind of a missing link between them, because he perhaps represents mankind at the brutal stage. That means the earlier, when human beings used to be a savage, that kind of a society, or that kind of a time he is representing. Caliban is not moved by kindness, only physical torture can subdue him. So he was someone who will not be moved by kind of when you will show him love, when you will show him when you will show him all sort of love and affection, sympathize him, he will not be dissolved with all these things. Rather, what he wants you have to give him a physical torture. So he is wicked and would like to murder his master. Who is his master? Prospero is his master. The way in which he hatched the plot to murder Prospero in his sleep is indicative of his cowardice. So he was a coward, he was not a brave, courageous man, because he knew that Prospero, being a magician, he will never be defeated by Caliban's all sort of this bestial power. In the execution of his plot to murder Prospero, he shows much common sense. He gives advice to his fellow conspirators. Now that we shall be coming, he will be the conspirators. The fellow conspirators are Stefano and Trinculo. Asking them further to walk softly so that Prospero may not hear the sound of their footsteps. Caliban has a complete knowledge of the island, and he knows everything in the island. The fresh brine pits, the barren fertile places. With his long nails he can dig up pig nuts. So he can do all these kind of works which an ordinary human being or a normal human being won't like to work. Now so this is Caliban's character. Then comes Ariel. Ariel is a very you can say is a very important character. Ariel is the spirit of air, and he is equally at home on earth, on sea, and in fire. So he can work. He can work with the same kind of skill, whether it's on earth, whether it's in the sea or in the water, or whether it's in the fire. He can fly, he can swim, he can penetrate the earth. He had remained imprisoned for 12 years in the pine tree where he had been confined by Sycorax. He was set free by Prospero, and from that day onwards he has become a slave to him. So whatever wishes Prospero will be, means whatever Prospero's magic, whatever will be there, who will help him? Ariel will be help him to execute all those things. So Ariel is bound to Prospero by the feeling of gratitude. On one occasion on which he shows impatience with Prospero is for setting him so many tasks and postponing his freedom. So it was Prospero gave him the oath that someday he will free him, but now it can be seen that he was not given the freedom, rather he was being given some other tasks to be done. His playful nature is shown by the manner in which he does his duties, which enable him to use his powers on Stefano and Trinculo. You will be finding when Sebastian and Antonio, they will be executing, or sorry, they will be conspiring, or they will be hatching their conspiracy to kill Alonso. He will be the one who will wake those sleeping persons, and Alonso and Gonzalo, and then when they will wake up, they will find that these two persons were planning something, but they will not be able to catch it though, because they will be lying them, Antonio and Sebastian. So then comes Alonso. Alonso is the villain in the play, but he is not completely a villain. Though it has been written in the book that he is a villain in the play, I will not say he is completely a villain, because he is a transformed one. Afterwards you will find that these characters, your Antonio and Sebastian, they are not changed. They are not changed, and even that this Caliban is not changed, but the one who was transformed is Alonso. He was totally moved by the love affair of his son with Miranda. When he will find that he assumed that his son had died, but when he will find that his son did not die, so that time he will be much happier and he will be accepting them, and he will be a transformed one. Then comes Fardinand. Fardinand is the son of Alonso, and he is the Alonso, you know, is the king of Naples. So in that way, Ferdinand is the prince of that place. So he is the most charming one of Shakespeare's young men. He appreciates the beauty, innocence and purity of Miranda. He is courteous, respectful to Prospero. He is deeply in love with Miranda. So all these things will come. We just have a very kind of all these characters should be introduced, so that in our next class we can directly start our story. Gonzalo. Gonzalo is a lord, you can say the barons or lord. They were given some noble designations, kind of the noblemen in the court. They were given these kind of designations. So in that particular province or that particular area, these noblemen or barons were there. Gonzalo is the lord at the court of King Alonso. His most striking qualities are sympathetic. He is sympathetic and his loyalty to the king. And you can see in the very beginning, as I have already said, that he was the one who gave them all sort of food, all sort of books and everything. It was provided by Gonzalo. Gonzalo arranged all these things for them. Otherwise, these Miranda and Prospero could have died because of lack of food, and Prospero could not have achieved such kind of a huge wisdom in the sphere of magic if those books were not given to him. Antonio is the brother of Prospero. He can be, you can say, he can be regarded as the villain, because he was the one we can see towards the end of the story also. Not towards the end of the story. We can see that once he has done this kind of conspiracy against his brother, the same kind of a plan he is telling to Sebastian, that you also kill your brother and you also be the ruler, the tyrant ruler of your Naples. Now then comes Sebastian. Sebastian is the brother of King Alonso. He is the partner with Antonio in the conspiracy against his brother. Sebastian's cruelty appears in joining the plot to murder Alonso and Gonzalo. When Gonzalo tries to console Alonso in the latter's grief over the supposed death of his son, Sebastian aggravates the king's grief. So you will find how villainous he was. When the father, that means Alonso was very much grieved, or you can say very much saddened, that he believed that Ferdinand is no more, he has already died. So because after the shipwrecking all of them got separated, he didn't knew that Ferdinand is there in the cave of Prospero. So he thought that he has died, and when he was kind of very much saddened, when he was very much in a very pensive mode, that time it was aggravated, or kind of you can say his condition was rather who were the person who was they were rejoicing. Sebastian, he didn't Gonzalo was trying to kind of console him. Gonzalo was trying to console Alonso that regarding the fact that his son is dead or something. Then this was the person that this Sebastian was the villainous person who was not consoling, rather he was aggravating the fact. He was telling that if he is died and whatever, he was trying to make him believe that his son is dead. Stefano is a very important character again. Stefano is the king, King Alonso's butler. Butler, you know, is a servant kind of, and he was a great. He had a great love for liquor. He was having escaped on the cask of wine. He makes the good use of the cask. When he found that cask of wine, he was very much happy, because now he will be able to drink up all those things. Then comes Trinculo. Trinculo, as I have said, he is one of the jests in Shakespearean drama. We have seen Touchstone in As You Like It. We have seen the porter in Macbeth. We have seen the fool. The same character comes in King Lear. But here you will be finding Trinculo is not that kind of a witty character. He is also having same kind of a weakness for like Stefano, and these are the characters which you are having. So you just do one thing, you just go through all those things, and some few the story outline and the characters, those are there in your book, but still I will be trying to give you one so that you can read from there, and also you watch the video, and then in our next class we are going to directly start our story. We are going to start that scene 1, act 1, scene 1. We shall be starting from our next class. So this is all for today. Thank you. Have a very good day.